Certainly that was the case with Twitter prior to Elon taking over. Now it's very, very, very much on like the case with Twitter. To be exact, she raised more than twice the amount Trump raised. Pretty phenomenal stuff, in spite of the bad news. 310 million in July. And that's just Kamala Harris, right? That's just Kamala Harris. That's not even the PACs. So in total, the amount of money raised in July might have been around or in excess of $1 billion, if you include the PACs. And Trump raised less than half that in the same month where there was a presidential assassination attempt. Ha! Nearly got it. Don Lemon is suing him now. Well, probably for the personal talk show beef, right? Yeah. Don Lemon doesn't give a shit about, I don't know, democracy or America. Wouldn't Elon's website hurt Republicans trying to register in battleground states as well? It's not about hurting any particular people in the battleground states. It's about collecting voter information from those states. I don't think this would be illegal. The America PAC has spent more than $800,000 since early July in digital ads to target voters. This is nothing. $800,000 is nothing. America PAC is focused on door-to-door canvassing in support of Trump. Oh, they're like PV. But from the other side, you can't door-to-door canvass for Trump. The Republicans don't do canvassing. They don't do on-the-ground work. Are you kidding me? This isn't going anywhere. Boots on ground. No, I guarantee you we are going to get like disclosed information on the spending of America PAC in some length of time. And the spending is going to be like, yeah, we raised like 20 or 30 million from tech billionaire donations. And, you know, we spent 90% of that paying our staff. I'm telling you, man, there is no... Do you guys seriously... Do you have any idea how difficult it is to run like a political canvassing organization? Do you really think Elon is capable of selecting the right people to manage that game? Ridiculous. How funny is this thing from a 1 to a 10? It's a 0, I'm afraid. It's the wealthiest man on earth using his platform as his social media website, his massive social media website that he privately owns, as a vehicle for trying to get a fascist elected into office. It's not very funny, to be honest with you. Nearly 70 pro-Trump conspiracists are election officials in key battleground states, and they're poised to make a giant mess on election day. Yep, 100%. All those fucks in Georgia. Oh, Rolling Stone. To read the full story, subscribe now. Remember when it was possible to read stuff on the internet? I remember. She's going to beat Trump, but it's going to take months to get states to approve our winning key states. I mean, the real issue, like, the problem is that in a fair game, like direct 1-to-1, we win this easy. But it's everything but a fair game. Everything is stacked against us in this, except for the numbers. In numbers, we win. But here are like the many, many barriers, right? For one, the Electoral College, which disproportionately favors the votes of people in smaller states, to the point where a vote from a Californian matters significantly less than the vote of a Wyomingite. For two, you have the fact that in many of these states, particularly in ones that are battleground states, you have very, very, very selective districting. You also have locally elected officials who engage in behaviors that effectively suppress votes. A good example of that would be back in 2020 when Republican officials in Texas started taking down voting booths and registration in majority black neighborhoods, denying hundreds of thousands of people who likely might have voted otherwise the ability to vote. Then you hear stories from places like Florida where people's votes don't get counted because they were deregistered to vote prior through some arcane process they were not made aware of. Houston had 7 of the 8 polling places closed. Houston, their capital city. Then you have the fact that a bunch of the actual election officials in those red states are poised to make a massive fuss with illegitimate behavior, false electors, that sort of thing. And then you have the fact that judges on basically every level are poised to back up any illegitimate claims. Austin is the capital? Holy shit, I'm owning that one. I actually did think Houston was the capital. Is Houston the biggest city? Is Houston larger than Austin? So I thought because it was larger, it's the biggest city. Okay, yeah, no, totally my mistake. I've thought that for a while, too. Okay, well, I think that the sentiment of my point stands, but whatever. Gotcha. I thought you were joking. Listen, okay, I'm a Californian, all right? I'm obliged to be at least somewhat disrespectful to the second largest state. I'm a Californian at heart. Now I'm a Washingtonian, actually. Wow, fake fan of Texas? Oh, yeah. You've shattered my worldview by being wrong once. Once? You think I've been wrong what? You're right. Thank you. Oh, Right. So anyway, and then you have the fact that on basically every level you have judges, both in the federal circuit court, you know, the Supreme Court, who are ready and willing to adopt any legal mantra they need to reaffirm election interference. If you just talk one man, one vote, straight shot, the system works as normal, Kamala Harris wins guaranteed 100%, no question. But we're overcoming so many obstacles, man. Now one of the largest social media websites in America is run by a person who is using it in an unambiguously partisan way. Will we ever be able to do anything about the Electoral College? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?